All right, guys. So we just created um, we just showed you guys how to create the individual message links with both the pictures as well as the text for the messages page on the website. And now we're going to show you how to archive this messages page and also create the new message page. So in order to do that, we're going to go to pages here along the bottom, and we'll click here. Then we're going to find the messages page. And what I want to do here is click on the gear for more actions and then select duplicate. Now once this opens, we'll go ahead and make a few changes to what's already here. And we'll start off by hitting escape and deselecting all the objects. And what we're going to do is we're going to select, and we're going to do a control select of each of the items here that are viewable. Now that moved a little bit, so we're going to do control Z. All right. So all right, so each of these items we'll go ahead and hit the arrange button in the sidebar and select hide. Once we do that, then we'll go ahead and click save. And I apologize for the noise in the background, but we're going to go ahead and highlight here, delete what's in there for the file name, and we're going to name this messages new. And we're going to click OK. So it'll save it. Now we have the page ready for the new messages that are going to be placed in there for the month of November. We have to make one more change here. So we're going to select these and we're going to add to this list. By holding down the command on the Mac or the control key on the PC. Then what you'll do is you select and hold and just drag that down a little bit. And we're going to double click, put in a whole new text box here. And we'll type in October. We'll set the text to railway and 16. We'll also bold it and change the color. We're going to more colors here. Select the second blue from the inside here, right above the reds, and then hit OK. Hit escape. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is centered, and then hit escape. We're going to drag that over here and shorten this down quite a bit. So we want to align that to make sure that it is centered with the others here. And that's about right. So we'll double click inside of here and we're going to make a clickable link here in just a second. But we're going to head on over into the mobile view and see how that works. From the mobile view, if we scroll down, what you'll notice is you won't find the October there. So we actually have to search around a little bit. There it is. We're going to drag that down. right about here. And take these and swipe down, and it moved the entire block of text. So we're going to take the October and we're just going to drop it in there in the center. Good. Move the more up. So we should be good here. And we're going to save this. Go back over to the desktop view. So this is ready to go for the new recent messages page. So we'll go ahead and just double check that the formatting is right. That looks good. So last thing that we have to do is actually make this a clickable link to the new October archive page. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to that page right after we save here. And we'll go to pages. We have to create that page first before we can link to it. So this is the current page that we're on with the messages new. And we're going to set this to messages, or I'm sorry, we're going to set this to, how do we name this? Okay, so we're going to name it to OCT 2016. So if we click in here, OCT 2016, save it, just hit yes here. It's telling you that the any of the links that were inbound to that page are going to be broken, which we're not worried about. We're going to go back and we're going to actually change this messages new to the current messages page. So we double click in there, remove that, click save, select yes, and then we'll wait for the page to refresh. Or actually, I'm going to close it out. And then if I click on view live here, this is what the current messages page looks like. And this is what I was talking about just a moment ago. So we don't have any selections in there right now. So in order to get there, we have to create the link for the October messages. So we're going to come back in, take a look at we're already on the messages page, which is good. Actually, let me switch to a different page and come back to it. So once we're in here, we're going to go back to messages. Now this is our current messages page. It's going to create a link out of this. Oops, too fast. And that's the new October messages page that it'll link to. Now what's good about this is this link will be active in both desktop and mobile side, on the desktop and mobile side. So you can see that green tab with the message that says link. So we're going to save that and we're going to take a look at it. Now that link should be live just like the rest of them. And if we select October, we'll see all the old messages or we'll see the previous month's messages. The last thing we need to do is we need to change this image here. And instead of having recent messages, we're going to put a banner up here that says archived messages. So I'm going to close these out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one of our previously archived message pages, and I'm going to copy and paste this image here directly over. So I'm going to hit escape here, one click, make sure that's selected, it's good, and then control C or copy. We're going to come right over, go into the desktop view here on the October archived messages. Wait, let's go back here. And we're going to open that up. All right, so now that that's open, we're going to copy this directly into here. Hit escape, select that, we'll delete it, it's okay. Actually, I selected something that wasn't supposed to move. Okay, let me see what I'm actually selecting here. I'm going to go into the mobile view, and I'm going to see what I have. Now it looks like the message, or I'm sorry, the recent messages picture. So that should be good. So I'm going to delete that. Hit OK. That's fine. So now I'll go back over to the desktop, and I'm going to paste here. So Control V. Actually, let's deselect everything and then Control V. Hopefully it'll bring it over. No? All right, let's try this once more. We copied it and pasted. Awesome. So once it's there, I want to check it in mobile first and make sure it formatted correctly. Now the only thing I have to do is make sure that this comes up some. So I'm just going to nudge it up here, or dragging it up. And I'm going to click on the arrange in your sidebar, and I'm going to move it backward. Okay, so just keep clicking until it moves behind each your menu as well as the banner. We'll go back to desktop. It should be behind it already, which is good. And then last thing to do is go ahead and click save. And we'll take a look at this and make sure that it's set live. So now if we go to messages, our messages it's blank because today is October or November the 1st, and we got to make a slight change here, make sure that this goes back. But each of our links are active, especially the one for October. If we select October, it'll take us here. October is now archived, and when we scroll through, we can see all the messages from the month of October. So now we can close this one out. This was August. And this one is our current messages folder. There is one more thing that I need to do. We're going to save that, exit out of here. I'm going to exit out of here as well. But what I want to do first is I want to take a look at the page, and I'm going to change this to October 2016 messages and click save. So now when we click on view live here, you'll see the page description actually changes to October 16 messages, and everything is archived. We can close this out. And close this one out. And then the last thing we're going to do here, I need to go back and make that slight change on the messages page. So once we pull that up, I'm just going to make sure that the October slides behind the banner here. So if I select it, I'm going to hit escape first, then select. I'm going to bring it up here where it's visible. Click on arrange in the sidebar, and I'm going to move it backward. And it is behind there now, so it should be good to go. And we'll see if it's not going to be obstructed in this view either. But I'm just going to double check and move it backward anyway. Yeah, it should be obscured. So we should be good to go there. And we'll click save. So if you guys have any questions, absolutely let me know. It's not that hard of a process, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. And like I've been saying before, it's much like a collage. Each one of these pages is built to where it's layered, and as long as we have the layers in the right order, and as long as we have the formatting correct for each of the text, you should be able to manipulate the pages fairly easily. But again, any questions, let me know. All right. Thanks, guys.